tell that I am not at my normal location. We are on a business trip, and I've got a pretty scenic view behind us, so I decided to just set up right here and talk to y'all because we had an update, a kind of crazy update on a case that is absolutely tragic. I don't know if you could tell from the tone in my voice. I'm not like as jovial as usual because what we're going to talk about tonight is absolutely horrifying. It's tragic, it's disgusting, it's terrible what happened to this little girl. And of course, we're talking about Madeline Soto. So, Madeline Soto isn't with us anymore. And we're going to get into why that is. We're going to get into what the updates on the case are. We're going to get into the particulars and some of the things that have gone down. And we're going to do that here in just a minute. But I want to go ahead and I want to give a big shout out to our mods. Thank you for being here. I see a lot of the usual suspects, a lot of our day ones, a lot of our family here in this community. It's great to see you, Desert Rose. We've got Izzy Dark Lord. We've got Joe Rooks. We've got a whole bunch of people. I think I saw Harley Quinn in the chat. So I just want to say to each and every person, if I didn't give you a shout out, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people in the chat right now. I love you guys so much. And thank you for being a part of this community because you guys truly mean the world to me and Jax. Unfortunately, the fur babies aren't with us tonight, man. The fur babies had to stay back because we don't know exactly how Moxie is going to do with being left in a hotel room alone. So we decided maybe her and Zero would be more comfortable being in their own environment. And we left Graves with them. My oldest son, Graves, he's hanging out with them and they're doing really well. Moxie's kind of like Velcroed to Jax and she tends to like whine and cry anytime Jax leaves the room. So we were really hoping that they would be cool at home for a couple days and they would see us come back home and they would be like, okay, it's okay when mom or dad aren't here for a second. They're always going to come back for us. I know Zero knows what time it is. That's the family update. That's kind of like a fun update. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm a tiny bit hesitant to get into this because this story really, truly breaks my heart. So let's go ahead and get into this. Thank you guys again for being here with us tonight. Madeline Soto. She was reported missing by her mother when she didn't come home from school way back in late February. So it has been literal months since this happened, since she came up missing. She was last seen in her mother's live-in boyfriend's truck as he was supposed to be taking her to school that morning. Madeline never made it to school that day, though. Local schools have since changed policy on notifying parents of student absences. And I don't know if we have any parents in the chat. I'm a parent multiple times over. Jax is a parent multiple times over. I'm also used to be a student, you know what I'm saying? And like, I used to skip school a lot. So, you know, it wouldn't automatically freak me out if one of my kids didn't make it, you know, back from school on time, or if they skipped school. It wouldn't immediately throw a red flag. But this is something that I want to touch on a little bit because this is going to become important later when we discuss the mother's role in this situation. James, the Bluegrass Biker, just wanted to drop in and say what's up, man. Hope your day is going good. I got to bounce and get back to work. I love you guys. We love you too, James. Have a great night at work, brother, and thank you for being here. So, like, will you guys let me know if we have people that are parents in the chat? Will you guys drop a P? If you don't got no kids, drop a W. Because, you know, being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want can be a win too. So I don't want the people who don't have kids to feel left out. But if you've got kids, man, drop a P in the chat for me because I just want to kind of gauge a little bit about the community. It's looking like there's a lot of parents and there's also a lot of people who don't have kids yet. And you know what? Like, here's my thing. It's like my kids are the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And I love them to absolute death. Like, that's probably a really bad term to use. I love them with all of my heart, not to death, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay if people don't want to have kids. The world is an expensive place. Not everybody wants to like change their life and base their life around their kids. And I'm gonna tell you, no matter what you do, I love you and I accept you. So thank you guys all for participating. I still see more P's and W's coming through, man. Ban free lunch? Nah, probably not. TK9. We got some poop in the chat. Okay. I don't know exactly what you're getting at there, bro, but I feel it. I feel you. Big love to you, man. Madeline had just turned 13 years old. Like, she came up missing at 13 years old. That's young, bro. Like, that is a young, tiny, young thing to go up missing. Steven Stearns was seen on video. Now, Steven Stearns is the mom's boyfriend. That's who we talking about. He was seen on video surveillance disposing of Madeline's belongings into a dumpster before she was even reported missing. Throw him in the wood chipper right now, as far as I'm concerned. Like, that's enough. Like, you were dumping her clothes and her stuff before she was even reported missing. Sorry, dog, you're already guilty in my book. Police were able to locate her body in a wooded area in St. Cloud, Florida. Steven had tried to wipe his phone before turning it in for an investigation and told the police it was accidental. Okay, boomer, you just accidentally tried to wipe all the pictures off your phone? None of us believe you. Absolutely none of us believe you. Forensic detectives were able to retrieve video and picture evidence. Now, the terminology that's put here is CSAM because that is like the appropriate terminology for social media. Y'all know what it is, man. It's kitty corn. He had child corn on his phone. And it involved Madeline, this disgusting old man, and what he was doing to this young girl. You know what I'm saying? It subsequently led to Stearns being officially charged with 60 counts of SA crimes against the child, Madeline. 60 counts of sexual assault against a 13-year-old girl. And this had been going on for years. She had just turned 13. She was a couple, like right after being 12. And if it had been going on for years, do the math on that. And try not to throw up in your mouth, because I'm trying not to throw up in my mouth right now just thinking about this piece of shit. It has been reported that Stearns had been essaying Madeline for years. Stearns had been in custody while investigators continued to gather evidence on this case. Now, look, a lot of people have been really upset because she came up missing officially back in late February, man. And people were like, yo, what is going on with this case? Why has nobody done anything about this case? You guys have had him in custody. Charge him already. Charge him already. And look, I get the anger. Trust me, I'm an angry ass dude when it comes to kids getting hurt. 100% with you. Right here. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him got. But here's the thing, is they are taking this case incredibly seriously. They are going about this methodically. They are doing what detectives do when they're building a case that they don't want to lose. They do not want anything not to be completely by the book on this. They want to see this dude burn because they're probably going to go for the death penalty on this punk ass piece of shit, man. That's my prediction. I mean, this is Florida we're talking about. Now, SA of a child under 12, you are automatically eligible for the death penalty. But the fact that he killed her too, now, I'm going to say this, he hadn't been charged for the murder until today. That's why we're doing this update. Kissimmee police today brought evidence to the grand jury where Stephen Stearns has officially been charged with first-degree murder. Now, first-degree murder, there's a lot involved there. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to prove intent, and you have to be able to prove some premeditation. There is a lot that they have to prove to make that first-degree murder stick. And I think that's exactly why they took their time, because they didn't want to give him an inch of mercy or leniency by them fucking something up in their investigation. So they hit him with that first degree. First degree murder's dead ass serious. When you mix those 60 SA crimes with a murder of a child, I think Florida's gonna put this dude to death. I think they are going to execute this dude, and I hope that they do it in the slowest, most painful way humanly possible. Reports state that there has not been a decision yet on whether or not the state's attorney will seek the death penalty, but that's why I said it's my prediction. I'm not telling you guys that it has happened yet, but that is my prediction. I believe that they're going to come back and they're going to be like, yeah, we're going for this DP, bro. Why wouldn't they? 60 SA charges against a child underneath the age of 12, bro. You know they could get him on that. He videotaped it. They have the videos of what he did to this little girl before he murdered her. No charges have been filed against Madeline's mother yet. So here's my thing, is that this had been going on in her home for years to her daughter. I'm pressed, bro. I am pressed to believe that this woman didn't have any indication that her piece of shit boyfriend was doing something to her daughter. I cannot believe that that is really the case. If you don't know that somebody is doing something to your child underneath your own roof, bro, you gotta be like some real high level piece of shit don't care parent. That's just what I believe in my heart. The local school board has offered grief counseling to Madeline's classmates as the community has mourned the loss of this bright little girl. Look, man, like by all accounts, this girl was a light. This girl was a treasure. And all the while she's going through this horrific shit at home, but she's coming to school and she affected everyone around her in a positive way. That's insane. And they needed to get these kids mental health help because this has rocked that entire community up there. I know people that live in this community. I've talked to people from this community about how this case has affected them. It's like it turned the light dimmer on all of their mental health when they found out about this up there in that area up by Kissimmee. Like, everybody is in mourning of this little girl. People who didn't know her are in mourning of her and the terrible things that she had to endure in her last moments of life and the years that led up to that. The local general public, hold on, where'd I go there? General public consensus has been mixed on the opinion of Madeline's mother, but it is clear that the majority of the community would like to see Stearns face the death penalty upon conviction. Well, yeah, I think that's just a no-brainer, that everybody wants to see this dude get put in the ground where he belongs. Get him off of the planet. We don't need to be paying for him to be able to be up and breathing and eating and having a roof over his head while that little girl is in the ground. He left her body in the woods. He left her little broken dead body in the woods. He needs to be off the planet. They need to execute this dude. Now, as far as the mother, she's not even the one who called 911. Somebody else from the house called 911, and they're being very sketchy about details with this. They're being very sketchy about details with a lot of this because they really want to make this case stick, and I applaud them for that. What they have released is that it wasn't even the mom that called 911 to let them know that Madeline was missing. So if it wasn't the mom, who called 911? And why didn't the mom call 911? Something don't add up there to me. I don't really like it. So I know that there's definitely going to be more that is going to be revealed with this case. But the update as of right now is that he was charged today. Today, they charged Stearns. And I believe that within the next couple weeks, we're going to hear that they're going for the death penalty. I can't imagine a Florida prosecutor not going after the death penalty. Izzy Dark Lord said, okay, YouTube really wants to censor this, so unless useless POS belongs in the wood chipper, feet first, dog. Izzy, thank you. I appreciate you. I know that YouTube has turned up the censorship. In fact, as a YouTube creator, I got a notification that they are going to be turning up some of their, and they didn't use the term censorship. You know what I'm saying? But they said that they were going to be filtering out more things moving up towards the election that are sensitive issues and everything, which basically is they're going to be doing censorship. We know that they do it across all social media. We know that's why they're going after TikTok right now. And regardless of where you stand on TikTok, there's 170 million Americans that use it. There are over 5 million businesses based off of it, and it's a way that a lot of Americans communicate. And it's kind of unconstitutional and unprecedented that they're trying to take it away from the people, especially considering all of the American side of it is based out of Oracle in Texas, and it has nothing to do with the Chinese government. That's what they want to tell you. If you still trust the government, I don't know how to help you, homie. If you still believe what Congress is telling you and what the president is telling you and what Senate is telling you, bro, I don't know how to help you, but I can tell you this, they're trying to censor the American people on unprecedented levels that they have never done before, and that goes across all platforms. Like, the government may as well already own the Meta platforms, especially considering how many of them invested, especially considering how much Meta paid out people that were in Congress and Senate when Meta decided it wanted to go after TikTok because TikTok was its main competitor. Here's the thing over here, YouTube is bulletproof. There is no other platform that is ever going to take down YouTube. YouTube is Kevlar, dog. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to worry about them coming after it. But, you know, they did just sign that TikTok ban into existence today. You know, it made it through the House. It made it through all of the levels, and Joe Biden signed it today. Honestly shocked that he would sign it when he's literally on TikTok. He has his own TikTok trying to help his own campaign out, but no, he signed the ban. How dangerous to the American people and the American government can it be when our president uses TikTok? Our congressmen and senators use TikTok to try to push forward their own agendas. They're on there making videos from their phones, trying to push their agendas forward, trying to like platform themselves because they know that it's one of the best tools to be able to make a platform, to be able to go viral, to be able to communicate with other Americans. And they're on there, but they're still trying to push this narrative that it's really dangerous and they have to take it away for our safety. Then bitch, why is you on it? Why is there a Biden HQ TikTok that you're straight up posting videos from the Oval Office? You're a liar, bro. You're a liar. They're all liars. So, Joe Rook said, love y'all. Thanks, JD, for this community. Joe, I'm so glad that you're here, homie, and thank you so much, brother. I'm so glad to have you here today. Trev said, feet first, baby. Oh, hell yeah. Let's see. I'm going to get to some questions here. Oh, Izzy Dark Lord just popped up again. My dog. What's up, man? I'll find a way around the YouTube censorship thing. I always do. Everyone will figure it out. Hey, and that's what's up, man. Like, if we have to... So, you know, a lot of people get mad at me because they're like, you use terms like chomo instead of saying the real thing, and you say the hard R instead of saying it. Bro, like, they'll just suppress it. You won't see it. I could be brave. I could say the words, but you're never going to see the videos because they're going to bury it, homie. So, you know, we have to be a little bit slick. I'm a motherfucking felon, bro. I'm a motherfucking convict. I'll figure out a way around anything. I'll find the loophole straight into your poop hole, dog. That sounded bad. That was Jax, tell me not to say these things before I say them. That was unfortunate. I don't even think she's listening to me. It's good for her. Good for her.
That was pretty bad.
Nick McDonald, have you ever experienced precognition in dreams or waking consciousness? You know, here's the thing, Nick, is that I have really bad PTSD. It's like CPTSD is what my actual diagnosis is. So that's complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I have somewhere in between nightmares and night terrors. And it happens almost every night. Like, I have dreams that are horrific. And I'll wake up, like, sometimes I'll wake up and I'll have cold sweats. Sometimes I'll wake up and I have hot sweats. Either way, I haven't had good dreams in a long time, man. I really screwed myself up. I put myself... Now, I had PTSD from a kid from some of the shit that was done to me before I was old enough to have had any conscious decision-making in it. But, you know, some of the stuff that I put myself through and the situations that I 100% made decisions that got me into really advanced my PTSD. And I put myself in some terrible positions. But my complex PTSD now at this point, I have horrible dreams. So I've learned to just kind of like push my dreams out of my head by the time that I wake up. I wake up, I shake off. So I don't really think that I've had precognition on much, man. Now, I try to think far enough ahead with my moves because I like to play chess, not checkers, that I try to be able to like determine how things are going to go a little bit ahead of time. I'm not trying to just like, I'm trying to be more active than reactive, but it's not exactly the same thing as what you're talking about. Great Lakes Trains. Keep up the good work. Protecting the innocent is fundamental nowadays. I'm glad you are spreading the platform and exposing these sick fucks. Appreciate you, family. Big love and respect to you. Hell yeah. Izzy Dark Lord. Well, we clipping the loophole into the poop hole thing now. God damn it. I said a thing. No Diddy. No Diddy. Pause. Yo, Brother Engel. Hey JD, I work with active duty service members dealing with substance abuse, and I've used your recovery videos to give context and show how it can be hard but worth it. Thank you for the hard work. Hey man, no, thank you for what you're doing, bro. Thank you for what you're doing. You have a special place in my heart. Anyone who works with our veterans and tries to help our veterans, anybody who works with people who have substance use issues or mental health issues, and a lot of the times it's all the same thing, man. You guys have a special place in my heart because I understand, because I work in the same type of field, how many losses you take and how difficult it can be and how it can just seem like an uphill battle sometimes, but you still get up every day and do it, hoping that you can make the world a little bit better place for one person at a time. You are a hero, and I fucking love you. Not so fair, is it? Loophole to your poop hole. Oh man, I opened up the floodgates with this. Damn it, no Diddy. Pause. Appreciate you, family. Hammy, what's up? Hammy, you got a... Oh, it almost looked like a Deadpool profile picture. Hammy, thank you so much. Big love and respect to you, fam. Oh, hell yeah. Robert, Benny can't wait to get to prison. Just know he'll get a warm welcome. Oh, dude, them Florida boys are going to tear him up. So look, I'm not going to name no names or anything, but I'm just going to tell you, one of my best friends in Florida, somebody did something to one of his family members, and she was a child. You know what I'm saying? And they just finally got him sentenced. And he's doing a long stretch, bro. I mean, we're talking a decade and a half this punk motherfucker's got. And they already, my homeboy, see, we both got links. We got people in the prisons there. So, of course, we figure out what prison he's at, and then we send in a little note, a little something to let him know, hey, man, this dude is there for this reason. And what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? So he sends that in, and they're like, yo, we knew when he landed, bro. Like, he came from reception. He got smashed out in reception. He got smashed out as soon as he landed here. He PC'd up, but he's in, like, the most solitary confinement they can put him in. They're like, don't worry about it. We'll do some bad shit to him in there so he comes back out. Now that we know that it's personal, he'll get handled the whole different way. They're going to escalate that complaint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be too straightforward about what I'm saying with this, but they're going to escalate that complaint. It's not just going to be a smashing them out no more. It's going to be something different. And that's how these things go. But when this dude, it's already going to be personal to these dudes when this dude gets there. He is not going to make it. 100% when he goes to prison, he is not going to make it. But I really, in my heart, believe Florida's going to put this dude to death. As they ought to. As they ought to. John Manley, love your positivity, bro. Love the content. I celebrate 4 years of sobriety on May 27th. Nothing changes if nothing changes. That's big facts, homie. And the only thing that we can change, truly, is ourselves. So it starts from right in here, bro, right from the inside. And that's what we do, man. We change ourselves, and that our world becomes a reflection of the changes that we make inside of ourselves. Joe Rooks, Chomo Blues song was fire. Hell yeah, my dude. Appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, I really think, so I don't know. They haven't executed anybody. Florida has not executed anybody yet on that law that they passed about if you hurt someone, if you hurt a child underneath the ages of 12 or under, that you're eligible for the death penalty. Florida hasn't put none of them through yet. But I believe this is going to be the first one, personally. And I'm here for that. I hope that they do. I think that they've been kind of itching. Like, I know a little bit about the state of Florida. I lived there for a good long while. I think they're itching to flex that muscle. I think that they're just like, ooh, where do I get one? Boom. And I think this will be that one, bro. I think that this Madeline Soto case, I think that dude is going to be the first person that they give the forever sleep to. I think they're going to cancel his whole subscription to existence with the quickness. And I couldn't think of a better way to christen that law, bro, than to break that dude off and get him straight up off the planet. Izzy Dark Lord. Well, we saying that one now along with disengage, get out of that inmate. Just the tip, take it out, it hurts, put it back in, it stinks, among the greats. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, Izzy, when I heard that dude yell, take it out, it hurts, and then put it back in, it stinks, I don't know what they was doing in that cell. I don't know if they was just clowning and trolling everybody on the tier, or if they was really engaged in something that was that odorific. But yo, that stuck with me, bro. That was one of the things from prison that stuck with me, was just that. Hearing that stuck with me. Born in Boston, 61. Prazosin helps with my night terrors. Fucked as a kid. Hey, born in Boston, I appreciate you letting me know. I haven't talked to a doctor about getting anything for my sleep or my night terrors, but it's good to know that there is an option out there. I always try to these days, because I know myself, I try to stay away from pharmaceuticals in any way that I can. And there's GNC has this like anabolic sleep that's supposed to help for your muscle recovery, and it also is supposed to help you like go to sleep a little better. It has like some ashwagandha, and it's got that melatonin, and it's got some vitamin Aerie stuff in it. So I took that for a couple nights, and bro, it had me out like a light, and I didn't have no bad dreams at all whatsoever. So I was stoked as shit on that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to take it all the time and then like have it, you know, your body builds tolerances to things and then they don't work as good. Plus there can be dependency issues. You know, I try to bear back life as much as I can, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm just propped up on caffeine and good vibes most of the time. Is just how I try to live, bro. Blackbeard 2345. Here's some money to get you closer to that robot flamethrower dog. Surprised that Elon didn't make it. Homie, you saw that? That thing is so sick, bro. Can you imagine walking around a little drone of a dog and just all of a sudden, it throws 30 feet, bro. 30 feet. And you can put napalm in that bitch. Whoo! I should not be this excited because my wife will not let me have that.
It's not that I won't let you. It's the reason.
Yeah, I will probably go to prison for the rest of my life if I get me a flamethrower dog, bro. Oh, that shit would be so lit, though.
You'd be that dumbass that accidentally lights
everything. I would light everything on fire, bro. We got enough forest fires out here on the West Coast these last like decade, bro. There's been way too many forest fires. The last thing I would ever want to do is have anything that I do hurt somebody, bro. Like, I don't want to live that way anymore, but god damn it, that shit would be cool. Michael LaRoche, there's absolutely no reason why these people should be in jail. The planet has enough humans and the chomos are not needed. Big ups on that, bro. And like, look, man, we could harvest their organs. We could do chemical testing on them, like animal testing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We could pump them with so much prime that we could actually figure out the prime energy drink. We could find out if the forever chemicals are actually bad or not. There's so many different things that we could do. Mulch, fertilizer. We don't need to pay for their existence, homie. The chomos can go. Jeremy Carlos, hey JD, love from the hilltop in Tacoma. Yo, you in Tacoma, dog? That's what's up, man. You inspire me. Keep it up, bro. I was just talking to my homeboy Charlie Classic, and he was out in Tacoma day before yesterday, and I was like, bruh, you on the West Coast. We need to meet up. But that'll happen soon, man. Big love and respect to you and everybody out there in Washington. My neighbors up north, man. Hell yeah. Steve McKinley, mad love to you and yours. Steve McNelly. I'm sorry, I said that wrong, but I came back. I doubled back. We all make mistakes. Sometimes you just gotta double back. No diddy. Mad love to you and yours, my wild Irish brother. Sneeko is back, and we need to get out the wood chipper. What Sneeko did? What Sneeko did? Babe, what did Sneeko do? Steve, what did Sneeko do? Huh? Yeah. So, like, look, I just have not liked Sneeko, and, like, not high key. Like, I'm not hating on dude. He's just not been, like, my dude, you know what I'm saying, for a while. Like, I just don't kind of like his attitude. I don't like the way that he talks, you know, belligerently about, you know, different issues. You know, like, he just comes off as kind of, like, arrogant and woman-hating and stuff like that. But did he do something? Because he's talking about the wood chipper, and I need to know. Big love and respect to you, Steve, my Irish brother. Hell yeah. I'm going to give you the cross hand, and then I'm going to dap you up with the Irish hand, too, because I love you, and use one of my people.
No.
What?
Sneeko says the age of consent should be when they're developed. Well, homie, they're developed when they're adults. How about that?
He's one of those old enough to bleed, old enough to breed dudes.
That's,
Whew. Okay, thank you so much, Steve. We are now, we're going to focus a little time and attention on Sneeko at a very soon date. Big love and respect to you. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Joe Rooks, nothing changes if nothing changes. Facts, dog. Hell yeah. Let's see. We going down through here. Sup, JD? Good to see you, bro. Enlo, it's so good to see you again, my friend. Enormous. Philip Carter, are you from VA? Totally not even talking to me. I'm just trying to answer random questions, and I'm like butting in. I'm like side busting on people's conversations. Sorry, guys. Harley Quinn, Seroquel is not narcotic. Let me tell you a crazy story about some Seroquel. Have y'all ever done Seroquel? Let me know in the chat. If you've done Seroquel, put like a Y in the chat. If you haven't, put an N in the chat. Just do the yes or no thing. Seroquel, I've only done Seroquel in prison or jail. They wanted to give me Seroquel when I was out here on the streets, and I was like, yeah, no. When I took Seroquel, it was because I couldn't sleep in jail. And I was down in the hole. And so somebody fished over. Fishing is basically where you use like a string that you pull out of a sheet or a mattress, and, you use a piece of soap and you slide it over. He was literally in the cell right next to me, but one down. So he had to ding the soap off the opposite wall and get it to me. And then I drag it, and he sent me a Seroquel. I took that thing. It gave me the worst restless leg syndrome I have ever had in my life, bro. Like, it was doubly bad from any other restless leg syndrome I've ever had. And I've done like, and this isn't a flex. Trust me, you guys, this is not a flex, but I have done all of the drugs, bro. Like, the only one that I don't think I've done is Flocka. I haven't done Flocka, and only because nobody brought it to me. If I would have found Flocka, I'd have been like, hey, we're doing Flocka today, bro. Because I was dumb. I was dumb as shit, and I'm lucky that I'm not dead. But like, Seroquel gave me such bad restless leg syndrome, bro. So when I talked to my doctor, he was like, let me just get you on some Seroquel for your sleep. I'm like, absolutely, and I cannot stress this enough. We are not doing that. So he put me on Ambien, right? And like Ambien, like I'm trying to go to bed, right, one night, but like I'm watching a show. I think I was watching Breaking Bad, and it was like starting to catch up to where it was actually getting action-packed. And you know how Breaking Bad will go for like an episode and a half and not shit'll happen, then all of a sudden it starts cracking. So like I'm sitting there, I'm laying in bed, and I'd already taken my Ambien, but like I'm trying to stay up, so I'm trying to watch it. All of a sudden I hit this weird peak, and I'm like, kind of hallucinating and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody's knocking at my door. And so I jump up, and I don't know why I was so pressed that somebody would be knocking at my door, bro. But I jump up completely butt ass, bro. And I go and open the door, bro. And I was in an apartment, and the neighbor lady was just right across. And I just, whew. And I think that I heard somebody knock at her door, and I thought it was somebody at my door, and I just opened the door booty ass, bro. And the neighbor was like, and I'm like, yeah, never mind. Boom. Super embarrassing. So I don't take Ambien anymore either. That's I probably told you the long way of saying I don't take Ambien anymore.
Yeah, and you obviously should not.
I got so many problems, y'all. You want to talk about problems? I got shitloads of problems. Hey, Big Dave, big love and respect to you, man. Thank you so much. Let's see. Ever smell iron or pennies like hallucinations or phantom feelings? Yo, so here's the thing. It's like, I will sometimes and there's certain smells that trigger me, bro. Like if somebody's doing nail polish remover or something around me, like there's a heavy amount of acetone up in that bitch, and that's what I used to clean out my crystal meth with. And so that will give me like heavy triggers, bro. Yeah, like iron and pennies, the only thing that would remind me of is the time I licked the stripper pole. And I definitely shouldn't have done that, bro. You lick the stripper pole, it's gonna taste like a fistful of pennies, bro. And it's not something that's a positive. It makes you want to wipe your tongue with your hand afterwards. But your hand's dirty too, because of where you're at. Nothing's clean there. So you shouldn't lick stuff at strip clubs. I'm just saying. Let's see. Hey, JD, let's get you out salmon fishing in Oregon. Blaine Hendricks, man, I love salmon fishing. I really appreciate you. Steve McNelly, Sneeko says the age of consent should be when they're developed. We're gonna get on that. We're gonna talk about little old Sneeko, man. I'm just so like, there was a lot of people who was really upset when my boy Sean Strickland put hands all across Sneeko, and they were like, you shouldn't have done him like that. He should have done him harder, bro. He should have done him harder. I have a good friend, man. My good friend Mike hooked me up with that interview that I did with Matt the Immortal Brown, and he actually called down to where Sean Strickland was training and got Sean on the phone while he was training and said, hey man, so my homie has a YouTube channel and he's got a big community, and I know they would all love to hear from you. You know, they talk a lot about mental health and a lot about this and that. And he's like, would you want to do it? And Sean was like, no. And just hung up, which I get, because Sean hates influencers, bro. You know, I felt really bad that he just hung up on my dog Mike, you know what I'm saying? Because Mike's a really super cool dude. But, like, I could have told him. Strickland does not like influencers, bro. I've seen the way that he talks to influencers. There's that one dude who, the little Spanish kid who just walks up to people and he goes, oye, papi, mosito pedita, in their ear, like, just out of nowhere. And he walked up to Sean Strickland and, like, was, like, just trying to talk to him. And he's like, under different circumstances, I would punch you in your face, and just walks off. I was like, damn, that's what's up. Herpaderp 420. Did you hear about the woman at 649 outstanding that had 649 outstanding warrants in Columbus a little while ago? Educate me, homie. How do you get that many warrants? That is so many warrants. Thank you so much, Herpaderp. Educate me. What are those warrants for? That has to be some crazy that's all just one thing, or a crime spree. Here's the thing is that back in the day, at least on the West Coast, you used to be able to consolidate your crimes if they were within like a certain time period as a crime spree. If you were lucky, like if they were like the same type of crime, or like had, you know, if it was just like a boom, 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 and you would get less time for a crime spree than you would for the individual crimes if they tried to stack them up on you. So people used to be like, man, look, my crime's like, what time was it when I did that last thing? Maybe if I get caught, I'll get, wrapped up in a crime spree. And I think they took that charge away here, at least in Oregon. I don't think they give you any breaks anymore on that type of stuff, because I think they figured out that people was like, sort of like plotting and like calculating and, premeditating their crimes to try to get a crime spree if they got caught. We got so many W's and N's in here. Yeah, so it seems like the most of the people have at least tried Seroquel. For me, it was a no-go, bro. For me, it was a no-go. I couldn't handle it, bro. My legs just twitched, bro. Like twitched. Like y'all ever crushed a cockroach? I know probably a lot of y'all ain't in places where they have cockroaches. I know, like, where I'm at right now, we don't got cockroaches, but out there on the East Coast, bro, we had all sorts of cockroaches. You crush a cockroach, its legs is still twitching, bro. Its legs is still going, bro. It's like some Walking Dead ass shit, bro. That's what my legs did while I was trying to sleep. I was like, calm down. Yo, Trev, did you just say YouTube Streets up in this house? Man, big love and respect to YouTube Streets. Hell yeah. 72 versions. Have you heard of Trank, the zombie drug? Okay, so 72 versions, 100%. Trank is basically xylazine, homie. Xylazine is like a tranquilizer, and when mixed with the fent, it's supposed to make the experience, the high, last longer. But what it also does is it triggers the body hella harder to where your body just shuts down. So it really is bad for overdoses, but it can also cause, the word is evading me, but it can cause open wounds. It can cause open wounds if you're shooting it up, necrotic wounds. So where your skin starts rotting, and that's why people call it the zombie drug, is because A, you're gonna be knotted out, and B, you'll have big open wounds on you where your body starts rotting. And a lot of people in the recovery field are like, yo, don't call people zombies, don't say zombie drug, because it's degrading to people. But like, let's call it what it is, homie. Like, I've never been sensitive about the fact that like bad shit happened to me and I weirded out when I was on drugs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to church shit up for people. We need to hold people accountable, and we need to give them the tools so that they can change their lives around. But like, pussyfooting around stuff with people ain't really gonna help. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings if you say whatever you need to say, dog. I was a scumbag, junkie, tweaker, piece of shit, criminal. You can say whatever you need to. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I know that I'm not that person today. And I know that I take accountability for my shit today. But yeah, Trank, that's xylazine. It's really bad, man. It's really bad, and it's really killing people. So you know, if there are testing kits that you could get now for it, just like there's testing kits for fent. But like, I'm just gonna tell you right now, there's not a single drug on the streets that's safe for people to be taking and using, bro. It's Russian roulette every single time. Might be the last time, and you might be on a t-shirt with your fucking mama crying, bro. I know, one of my kids is on a fucking t-shirt, homie. I have it at the house. I'm scared to put it on because I still break down sometimes in the morning when I go to the bathroom and I cry my fucking face off, dog. So, you know, don't do that to your families, man. And don't do that to yourselves. Love yourselves. That shit on the streets ain't safe, man. It ain't clean. But if you're gonna do it, bro, get yourself testing kits, be safe, and, God, just please don't. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get preachy. I love y'all. Michael LaRoche said strippers need loving too. I have no hatred for strippers, bro. I got no hatred for dancers. None at all whatsoever, man. Steve McNelly, one last thing on Sneeko. You know he big up to that movie Cuties, right? He what? He what? That movie Cuties on the damn Netflix with the kids? With the kids? The Netflix with the kids? Sneeko big up to that? What the hell? Bro, we're going to do a deep dive into Sneeko because my homeboy Steve just put me on game. We're going to do a deep dive into Sneeko, and if we find some shady stuff, we're going to come back and we all going to talk about it, bro. And I'll put that dude on heavy blast street. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with kids, bro. I really don't fuck with people, bro. I don't fuck with other creators. I don't try to like, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to talk bad and disparage on other people. I love everybody, dog. But when it comes to people who fuck with kids, bro, leave kids the fuck alone, dog. It's crazy to me. Brother Angle, what's up, man? Quick fact, Seroquel is a dopamine blocker. For people with ADHD and people that use speed, it causes nervous system to freak out and start rapid heart fire. And start rapid firing. Yo, that makes so much sense, brother. That makes so much sense because, of course, I have all of the 80s, all 80 of them, and I was a heavy speed user. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Seroquel, like the same way that speed has a different effect on me, like Adderall has a different effect on me than it would somebody who's not ADHD, Seroquel is one of those things that falls into that category where it might be a totally different experience for somebody else. And that's why I never want to like totally talk down or bad on anything. I'm just saying from my experience, bro, my legs was twitching, bro. Like I was getting run through at a Diddy party. My legs was twitching. Is that another bad thing to say?
No, that was good.
Should I not have said that with my mouth out loud? God damn it. I always say the things with my mouth. Herpaderp 420. 322 charges were felonies, and all I can find is she was a semi-truck driver. That's all I can find so far. Herberter 420, thank you for updating me. So if she had 600 something felonies and like half of them, or charges and half of them were felonies, bro, can you imagine the sentencing on that? Ugh. So like the lowest end, sentencing for felonies most of the time. Actually, I can't even estimate that because every single state is different. So I would have to know what state. So I'm not even going to go there. But, bro, 300 felonies, you cooked. That makes my criminal record look squeaky clean, dog. Izzy Dark Lord. LMFAO, half of my group was like, well, if we can't get decent jobs after college, stripping it is. Bro, I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, that pole don't look so bad some days. You know what I'm saying? I think I could swing it. Jax, do you think I could be a good exotic dancer? Magic Mike up in this bitch. I already have my stage name. You know what my stage name if I was a stripper would be? Petunia, the Thunder Slut. I think that would sell.
I wouldn't be a stripper because I was too afraid I'd run into my dad at the strip club.
You hear what she just said? She said she wouldn't be a stripper because she was too scared she would run into her dad at the strip club.
I used to run into him.
Hot damn, homie.
Go out.
Woo! Shots fired. All right. Enraged gecko, xylazine, a large animal anesthetic. The human body doesn't metabolize it the same way that a horse does, hence the mass tissue necrosis. Enraged gecko, thank you so much. That was on point. I was stumbling and fumbling with it because I'm not that educated on trank. It didn't hit where I was in Florida and until after I left. And then now I'm out here and I don't really see people who have trank issues. Thank you so much for educating us on that. We really appreciate you. Brother Angle, JD, might want to look into cognitive behavioral therapy. It is for CPTSD and is proven to assist with night terrors. Might be helpful for you that isn't connected to meds. So, bro, CBT is one of my favorite things, and I am a smart recovery facilitator, and it's one of the main tools that we use in smart recovery. At least it's one of my favorite tools that I use. So when I'm facilitating meetings for smart recovery, we use a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy, and it does work wonders. It's absolutely amazing. And you know, for me, smart recovery is where I landed because it doesn't have to be faith-based. And like when I first got into recovery and I was trying to make it so hard, I was still an atheist, and the whole faith thing just shook me, bro. It shook me. I wasn't able to feel like I actually belonged in it. So I don't consider myself to be a full-blown atheist anymore. Like I have like a different viewpoint on things because different things have happened in my life and everything. But I want everybody to be able to get recovery and feel comfortable there and like their home. So that's why I invested a lot of time into becoming a smart recovery facilitator so that we could have a place for everybody. And it's a really solid form of recovery. World's Strongest Blacksmith. Watching your vids has given me the courage to open up about my essay by an older teen that was a foster kid that's left me with problems to this day. World's Strongest Blacksmith, homie, that is part of why I talk about it, dog. That is part of why I talk about what happened to me when I was 6 years old. Because if I talk about what happened to me when I was 6 years old, other dudes are gonna know that they're not alone in that. And hopefully it's gonna make it easier for them. You made my whole night by saying that, bro, because that is exactly why I talk about it. And I don't want to talk about it, dog. I didn't want to talk about it when I was doing public speaking. I didn't want to talk about it at meetings. I didn't want to ever talk about it on the internet, but like, God damn it, if I could do something uncomfortable and it makes other people feel like they're not alone in it and it gives them, you know, a feeling of like, you know, maybe I can talk about this too, then that's something that I have to get over, bro. I have to get over being insecure about it. I have to get over being a little bitch about it. And I have to do what I need to do because my goal out here ultimately is to try to help people along the way, bro. Like that's what's important in life. You know what I'm saying? Jalen John, what's up? Thank you so much, bro. Harley Quinn, you have ADHD? We have ADHD, sis. Hey, for the win. Let's see. I've been saying some stuff. I think I missed a couple of these. Joe Rooks. Oh my God. Jax with the dad jokes, bro.
I have two dads and way more jokes than a person should have.
Big facts on that, dog. Yo, and this woman is truly remarkably funny. Like, she don't get comfortable around many people, but like the shit that comes out of her mouth, bro, she be messing me up sometimes, bro.
A lot of it you say on your shorts, and I think that's okay.
Ebony Coleman, thank you so much. The Texan, I'm a trucker and did meth one weekend for 2 months. Yo, I just did meth one time for 20 years, bro, and it ruined my life for like the entirety of it. You know what I'm saying? Big love to you, the Texan. Let's see. Ew, don't know if I can stomach all the details in the Soto case. Shannon, that's okay. We're past it now. We're not talking about that at this point. Kiki Rose, I need info on becoming a peer coach and smart recovery. Kiki, I don't know what area you are in, but there are places online where you can go and you can figure out either, I did some of my trainings during the pandemic when people were on lockdown, and I don't know if they're still offering virtual trainings. I bet that they probably are, but I was able to get my smart recovery and my recovery coaching virtually, and then peer peer support recovery specialist. We did some of the training virtually and some, you have to do a bunch of stuff in person. So, but just check with organizations in your area to see, because if you can't find something in your area, you might be able to find something virtual. And who doesn't want to work from home? I love working from home. That's why a lot of the stuff that I do, if I can do it virtually, I'm not going to leave my house. Because you know why? Because my wife and my dogs are at my house. It's also where the monsters are cold. You know what I'm saying? That's also where, I know where my favorite pillow is. So I was just feeding my friend Mrs. Blaze with that one. I was just giving her one, bro. My pillow. Benjamin Montano. I squared up to a pedo the day after dude near shit his pants right there in the store aisle, man. Was being a sicko out in the open. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You know what? That's what I'm talking about. That's why I make this hat. And it comes in multiple colors. It comes in black. It comes in red. It comes in camouflage. There's a shirt. There's a tank top. Because, bro, we need to let them know that there's not a place for them bitches in this world, bro. We can never let them get comfortable, bro. They have no quarter. They should not be comfortable in this world, bro. If you get your junk up for a kid, bro, you don't deserve to share oxygen with the rest of us, homie. That's just what it is. Big love and respect to you, bro. Jacqueline Knack, thank you so much. I don't know, there's multiple pronunciations for your name. So I don't know if it's Jacqueline or Jacqueline. So I'm going to say them all so that way I'm not being a dick and mispronouncing them. Jacqueline. I think that's it. Okay. I love you, sis. Thank you so much.
There's so many reasons for me to laugh right now. I just want to cry.
I know, right? I know. Yo, I'm so glad that you guys hang out with us, bro. I'm so glad that you guys all hang out with us. You guys are the shit, man. John Manley, do you do Zoom meetings? I've done a lot of my stuff on Zoom. Zoom is a really good way to get things done. Yeah, absolutely, homie. Zoom was a game changer, especially during the pandemic.
I love you so much for how you tried to do that. That was adorable.
Yo, she's going to be laughing at me all night now, bro. Didn't Jesus say we don't judge? Jesus can say whatever he wants. If you get your dick hard for a kid, I'm going to judge you. If you're the kind who can just sit back and be like, well, Jesus said to turn the other butt cheek. I'm sorry. Do as you wish. I'm not running that program. That's not the program. That's not the time that we on, homie. We on a whole different time over here. We on that wood chipper. Hey, JD, what's your favorite animal? Car Made of Cheese said that. First off, your screen name is dope, Car Made of Cheese. What's my favorite animal? All of them. I like them all. I like all the animals. We've been watching, there's this TikTok channel, and it's just a lady who has a family of bears who literally, the mom comes into her house just indiscriminately. Like, the bears learn to operate the doorknob and will just open the door and just wander into the house. We watched a video. This mama bear stole the vacuum, right? And she pulled it outside onto the steps and she's trying to pull it. And the lady goes, no, honey, you can't take you silly bear. You can't take the vacuum, you silly bear. Like, this white woman is just talking to a bear like it's a cat. And she goes up and grabs the vacuum and when she grabs it, it turns on and the bear and just runs the other direction. Can you imagine how that could have gone differently and gone wrong? But this mom will bring her baby bears up to the front steps to just kick it. And she gets to pet the baby bears and the mama bear don't mama bear at her. That's crazy, bro. I love animals. I think animals are dope as shit, dog. Like, really. Diddy needs to go. Georgionia Duckett, I 100% agree with you. Blaze went sleepy by. Oh, Dr. Dre Light. So I'm not even going to get clowned for saying pillow now? Damn. Stop Trudeau blackface. Yo, your screen name, dog. What are you trying to do to me? God forgives, we don't. Big facts, man. I'm not on that turn the other cheek shit when it comes to these weirdos, bro. Enraged Gecko. During his next election cycle, send Matt Gaetz opposition a complimentary red hat and see if he wears it on the campaign trail. I really want to do a whole thing about Matt Getz, bro. I want to do a whole thing about Matt Getz. He's under investigation right now. I'm just waiting for them to just give us a little bit. Just give us a little bit about what's going on with the Matt Getz, with that 17-year-old girl and the human trafficking. Just let me know. Let me know. Give me a little bit. I'm really with that, bro. Bet up. You know, I have a friend who somebody was running for Senate in his district, and the dude's running as a Democrat. And the dude is like a convicted sex offender, bro. And he's like married to his victim now. So he justifies it by saying, well, we're married now. You know what I'm saying? But like, dude came to his house and knocked on his door. And I did a video about this like a year and a half ago. Came to his door wanting to ask him questions about, will you vote for me? And had no idea that dude knew exactly who he was and what he'd been arrested for. So he goes, yeah, can we do a video for my TikTok? And the politician's like, oh, for sure. And he gets him on there and he's like, yo, this guy's a pedophile. Don't vote for him. He's a pedophile. And the dude tried to sue him for posting it for damages, right? And the dude now, my friend, is now running against him. And I think that's lit. Blackbeard 2345. Hey, got to head out. I'm working that night shift. Maybe the missus will let you have a robo-dog if you only use it on chomos. Blackbeard, I like the way you think, and I hope you have a great night, homie. Big love and respect to you, man. Same, I love all the animals. Car made of cheese, we are the same on that, bro. Hell yeah. You're okay, baby. Brandon Wilkinson, thank you so much, homie. Dr. Dre Light said intolerance and disrespect will get you booted. Big facts. We love each other here, man. Unless a wayward chomo wanders into our comment section and starts getting wild, we love and respect everybody here. I don't care what color you is. I don't care what gender you is. I don't care who you love. I don't care who you fuck. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you worship. We can all love each other here, bro. That may sound hippie as fuck, but that's what we do over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are a community of people that are here to like support each other and build each other up and educate each other. And you guys educate me all the time. Like, so look, man, the other day I released a video congratulating Bam on his recovery. And I really meant it. I really meant it. And I was so stoked because, everybody knows that Bam only skates when Bam is clean and sober. And so I seen him skating and I was like, Bam's getting it, bro. What's up? He was out jogging, and I don't see, like drinking Bam or like cocaine Bam or pill Bam out there jogging. You know what I'm saying? And so I was so stoked. And then I did the video congratulating him, and people were like, bro, did you not see the article from 2 days ago? And I was like, yeah, I didn't. What happened? And it turns out that Bam is no longer on the wagon. So I was really sad about that, but like, I want you guys to understand something. I tried and failed so many times before I ever got my shit together. I tried recovery over and over again on my terms before I was willing to try them and just do really whatever I needed to do. So it took me a long time. So I'm hoping that, Bam is just going through that same trial and error, the process of elimination, trying to, work himself into where he's dead ass serious about this. And I will always hold space and love and patience and kindness for people who are still out there sick and suffering. And I don't care if that's with mental health. I don't care what that's with physical health. I don't care if that's substance abuse. Whatever somebody is going through, I'm going to hold love and patience and time for them. But you guys did educate me about that. So I took the video down and I made a video admitting that I was wrong, because you guys bring so much information and education. I don't got eyes everywhere, but this community does, and we can all mold this community. You know what I'm saying? As long as people come at me respectfully to educate me, I am so stoked when people prove me wrong, because that means they just educated me. I'm wrong a lot, homie, and that's okay. It's 100% okay to be wrong. If y'all do want a shirt with me on it, like the one that I'm wearing, just so you know, it's at convictclothing.net. I know the screen is, oh no, it's not mirroring. Oh, cool. So yeah, this is me. There's like some skulls and there's a prison that's on fire beneath it. And I like the shirt. I think it's pretty dope. That's why I'm actually wearing it today. So there's that. James Bluegrass Biker, my homie, is back. I just seen the live. That is so sad and disgusting what the creature's done to that youngin'. Big facts, homie, and we need to take him off the planet for it. Joe Rooks, known Bam for years. Hella sad, bro. Joe, I'm saying, man, it's just a nightmare, bro. Jason Smith, thank you so much, homeboy. I really appreciate the support. Big love and respect to you. Well, you guys, we have been on here for an hour. I thank you for spending your time with us here tonight. I love each and every one of you, and we're going to be live again probably Friday. So until then, love yourselves. I love you. Jax loves you. The dogs love you. And yo, be good or be good at it.